In the shadow of the city is the Bioinformatics Group, advancing the science of stem cell transplantation. Behind the scene, they match patients with donors. I read about their awesome algorithms and their HLA expertise, but no lab coats. What kind of scientists are they? What is bioinformatics? I've infiltrated their HLA headquarters to find out. It's pretty quiet around here. Everyone must be working. There's the director, Martin Myers. I'll ask him.
HLA is too complicated to have a single scientist be able to solve it and be able to make progress. So a lot of what we do is building collaboration. We've seen when we do get the right people working on pieces of the problem, we can make great progress. We have made great progress, but I think the interactions and the sort of grand challenge aspect of it is the hardest part, but it's also the most rewarding.
My favorite part about working with NMDP is being able to contribute to something meaningful. If the work that I do as an intern can help a physician find a match just a little bit faster or make it easier for labs to send us better information, then I think that makes this opportunity really special.
Bioinformatics research, in the context of our department, it's a group of scientists and software developers who are advancing the science of stem cell transplantation. And we do this through innovative tools, education, developing and publishing scientific information that's relevant to the field of stem cell transplantation.
Clearly, people need the best match possible, as quickly as possible and efficiently as possible. So if we can turn incomplete data measured years ago when the techniques weren't as good as they are now into accurate estimates for what donors can donate, then it saves time and effort.
It is exciting to be on the cutting edge of genetics, medicine, databases, and computers. We know the major factors for a successful transplant. The minor factors, however, are less well known, and I'm helping to investigate them. There are a handful of immune system genes that are major factors in a stem cell transplant. I help investigate other genes that may also be playing a role.
Biology is one rule plus 20 exceptions. So how in the world do you model those particular exceptions in such a way that the scientists can get some sort of reasonable data? You need to bring computers into the mix, databases into the mix, and that's where I come in, to help them build the data sets that they need to perform their work.
And we have several different electronic formats that people are sending us data. But in each of those formats, there are, although they send us the typing, they don't really send us the methodology that goes with it. And so what I've been trying to do is try and develop some standard, something that developed around the principles of what we call the silver standard for HLA data reporting, which includes not only the typing report, but all the methodology surrounding it.
We have a great effort studying ancestry. We try to study the effect of genetic ancestry matching on transplant outcomes. What people don't know is how important their ancestral background to find the match and for patients to be able to lead a better life once they find a better match.
We do research because the population of the United States keep growing. It's not getting any smaller. It stands at 313 million right now. That translates to more patients. Each of these patients needs a transplant. So we are determined to do our best to give each patient a match.
There's always a mathematical foundation for things, whether it's music or the visual arts. My background is in mathematics. That's what I got my degree in, but I'm also a musician, and I see a lot of parallels between the two. A lot of learning takes place through the visual, and a lot of times I have to make graphs or pictures of what I'm doing to help me understand it and to help explain it to other people.
A lot of bioinformatics does involve genetics. A lot of the time in genetic analysis, people know exactly what the value is. They know exactly what the DNA sequence is, or they know what the variants are there. Because of financial limitations for doing typing for the donor registry, we only have a general idea of what something could be. And so this creates sort of a fuzzy situation. This is where bioinformatics becomes important.
HLA is at the center of allergies, autoimmune diseases, and transplant. So it's a really interesting area. One of the things that's changing rapidly is the amount of genetic data that's coming out of these high-throughput
sequencing systems. And in a few years, there will probably be millions of people with full genome data, and really the task will be more about analyzing the data rather than collecting it.
You've met some of the scientists, software developers, mathematicians, and geneticists advancing the science of stem cell transplantation. They are the Bioinformatics Group at the National Marrow Donor Program.